So, hello everyone. I am here to discuss the lesson 9 about the historical background of the language policy in the Philippines and the legal basis of MTB-MLE. So, first part here is the contents of this lesson 9 is we're going to tackle the historical development of the Philippines and also the legal basis of MTB-MLE. Okay, so we're going to discuss first the historical development of the language policy in the Philippines. So first, we all know that we have colonized, or the Spaniards have colonized us for like 333 years. So of course, kaya ang Spaniards man ang nag-colonize sa tua. So of course, ang ilahang gipa tuman gyud nga language is Spanish, diba? And then in way back 1896 Constitution of Biak na Bato, gi-maintain ra gihapon ang Spanish as the temporary official language along with the other local language. Next nga ni-colonize sa Philippines is the American colonial period. So, President McKinley required the teaching of English for Filipinos to be taught of democracy and American system. So, of course, after sa Spanish, American naman. So, American man, so ilagi nang patuman gyud ang English policy. In 1835, the Philippine Constitution mandated the adoption of national language, which is the Tagalog. And then, by an executive order of teaching, the teaching of Tagalog as a subject became a must in all schools, but English remained to be the primary language of instruction. Though gigamit na ang Tagalog na national language sa Philippines, pero gipatuman gihapon nagpabilin gihapon ng English as a primary language of instruction. And then the national language based on Tagalog was renamed after in 1959 na change na sad ang Tagalog to Filipino. Then na-rename na sad na siya Filipino by the 1973 Constitution, which was retained by the 1987 Constitution. So, daghan siya ang nahitabo, no? Ana nga time from Tagalog, pag-abot sa 1959, na-change siya into Filipino. And then, after na sad na-change na sad siya from Filipino to Filipino. Then, let's proceed to, after sa American colonization, Japanese naman. So, since Japanese ang nag-colonize na sad sa Pilipinas, ilang gi-prohibit ang paggamit og English. So, Japanese become a mandatory foreign language and recognize the Philippine language. So, though ang gi-prohibit nila ang paggamit sa English, unya, Japanese ang ilang gipatuman, pero nagpabilin gihapon along ang Philippine language, which is the Filipino. In 1946, English continued as the medium of instruction, but the government allowed the use of vernacular for experimental bilingual education. So, meaning, though 1946 naman, the English continued as the medium of instruction. Doon ang pabilin ang English as a medium of instruction, pero ang government gitugutan ang mga, or the government allowed to use vernacular for experimental bilingual education. So, gitugutan ra o maggamit og vernacular, which is the first language of the individual, kung asa man na siya nagpuyo. Then in 1948, the Bureau of Public Schools starts experimenting with local languages to put an end of the language issue. So ang schools sa una kay syempre daghan man kaayo og mga we are diverse man. So nagkalanlain og pinulungan ang usag-usa. So para dili magkagubot o para magkasinabtanay gid ang tananon, gigamit ang okay ra kung maggamit sila og ilaha nga own language. Then in 1950s, implementation of the 1957 vernacular teaching policy. So kung asa man ka nagpuyo, musod na ang gamiton nga way sa pagtudlo. So for example, taga Cebu ka. So ang gamiton nila nga mother tongue na ang gamitin nila nga instruction is teaching instruction is the mother tongue. So kung taga Cebu ka, so imong gamiton na is syempre Cebuano. If taga Bohol ka, syempre Bisaya, pero ang iyang dialect is Boholano. If Tagalog ka or dito kagikan sa Manila or taga Maynila ka, ang ilahang gamiton nga language is of course ang Filipino. So here, in 1974, Philippines implemented bilingual education policy or BEP through Department Order Number 25. So here, implementing guidelines for the policy on bilingual education. So this DepEd Order Number 25, this policy signified the use of both Filipino and English in education. So diri nga policy kay gitugutan ra og magamit og Filipino and English. So ang pag last time kay they're not allowed to use or the government have implemented English only policy. So this time in 1974 gitugutan na sila og magamit og Filipino and English. Ang gigamit nila ang Filipino for social studies, work education, character education, music, health, and physical education. So sa English pod gigamit sa subject na math, science, and technology. So by 1987 rather, the bilingual policy was revised following People Power Revolution in 1987. So here in 1987, the bilingual policy was revised following People Power Revolution in 1887. So after the People Power Revolution na-change ang bilingual policy. So in Article 15, Section 3, Paragraph 2 of the 1973 Constitution, it states that the Batasang Pambansa shall take steps the development and formal adoptions of a common national language to be known as Filipino. So the regional language were elevated to the role of auxiliary languages. So moingon taog auxiliary language. It is a language used for communication between people who don't share common native language. So for example, ikaw is taga Cebu. Dayon ang imong kaistorya is Ilonggo. So syempre, lahi sila og pinulungan, lahi sad ka og inistoryahan. So dili yun mo magkasinabot kung kana nga language ang inyuhang gamiton. Magamit siya og Ilonggo, din ikaw magsinibuano usad. So ang iyahang gamiton nga language is Filipino. So mo na siya ang gamiton para makasinabot ang duha, since ang language or ang national language man sa Pilipinas is Filipino. So though it is not intended to be a primary language, but rather a tool for facilitating communication, especially across different communities or countries. So the 1987 Constitution retained and further strengthened this policy through Department Order Number 53 series of 1987, entitled the 1987 Policy of Bilingual Education. So this policy aims for the Filipino to achieve competence for both daw in English and in Filipino. Next, in 1991, Congressional Commission for Education, or EDCOM, was formed. EDCOM's advice was all subjects be taught except English in Philippines. So, since ang English man ang known for lingua franca of the world and is the standard language in a wide variety of fields. So, since ang English man ang gigamit yun or as a tool para magkasanabtanay or para maka-communicate ang different countries all over the world. Next, in 2006, Representative Eduardo Gullias proposed an English-only bill in the Congress to make English the primary language of instruction in schools. So, niuyon siya ni President Gloria Arroyo nga English-only policy lang ang gamiton as a primary language of instruction sa school. And then in 2008, Representative Magtanggol Gunigundo proposed a multilingual education bill that called for the use of local languages in Philippine schools from grade 1 to 6. So kanisad si Representative Magtanggol Gunigundo kay ni propose siya og paggamit og multilingual education. So meaning pwede ra gamiton bisag unsa nga language ang pagtudlo sa eskwelahan. Like magamit siya or from English imuha siyang i-translate to Tagalog, kung di pa gyud masabtan sa Tagalog or sa Filipino, imo pa gyud siyang i-translate to Bisaya, or from Bisaya imong i-translate to Filipino, or Filipino up to English ang imuhang pagtulo. So in 2009, this is the DepEd issued Department Order 74. This institutionalizing mother tongue-based multilingual education as the effective use of more than 2 languages for literacy and instruction. So in 2009, ang DepEd ni issue og kanang Department Order number 74. This institutionalizing mother tongue-based. So gipatuman ni siya sa paggamit og multilingual education sa pagtudlo. The use of more than 2 languages for literacy and instruction. In 2011, ang DepEd ni-issue na sad og Department Order number 18. Kanina sad nga order is institutionalization of MLE, demanded the training of teachers to implement MLE. So, MLE, Mother Tongue Multilingual Education. So, guidelines on the conduct of mother tongue-based multilingual education. This DepEd order man sad kay nagdemand ni siya the training for teachers to implement MLE. So, kani nga order, iana niya ang mga teachers nga dapat mag-training sila to implement the mother or the multilingual education. Kay dapat, since lahi-lahi man gid ang mga estudyante nga diverse ba ang language nga gigamit. For example, na ay estudyante nga taga Maynila and then nibalhin siya eskwela diri sa Cebu. So wala siya kahibaw unsa ang pinulungan or unsa nga language ang Cebuano. So maglisod siya og adjust. So since si teacher dapat kamausad siya nga mogamit og multilingual sa pagtulo kay para maka-adjust sad ang estudyante o para matuluan niya ang estudyante if naman siya di masabtan sa klase. Next, we have here DepEd Order number 16 series of 2012. Guidelines on the implementation of the mother tongue-based multilingual education or MTB-MLE. So, niana ni nga order na starting school year 2012 to 2013, the mother tongue-based multilingual education shall be implemented in all public schools, specifically in kindergarten, grades 1, 2, and 3 as part of the K-12 basic education program. The MTB-MLE shall support the goal of every child a reader and a writer by grade 1. So, kani siya nga order, gi-implement ni siya kay para daw, gi-implement ni siya kay para daw, bisag by grade 1, kaning every child a reader and a writer by grade 1. So, dapat, bisan o grade 1 ka pa, kay mao na ang bata mo basa ug musuwat. Kamo na siya mo comprehend sa mga word ug kamo na siyang mo read and write. So here is DepEd Order number 16 series of 2012, institutionalizing mother tongue based multilingual education, or MTB-MLE. So there are 8 major languages or lingua franca were utilized as language of instruction and were offered as a learning area of school year 2012 and 2013. So since apil diri ang Cebuano. Apil ang Cebuano nga gamiton. Apil diri ang Cebuano to use as medium of instruction. Next is DepEd Order number 28, series of 2013. Now, let's proceed to DepEd Order number 28, series of 2013. These are the additional guidelines to DepEd Order number 16. So, additional guidelines lang siya pag katong previous nga DepEd Order, which is number 16, a series of 2012. So, now let's proceed to the RA 10533. Or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013. So this act mandated education be delivered in languages understood by the learners, as the language plays a strategic role in shaping the formative years of learners. So for kindergarten and the first 3 years of elementary education, instruction, teaching materials, and assessment shall be in regional or native language of the Philippines. So dapat from kindergarten to grade 1, 2, and 3, ang gamiton yun na nga medium of instruction is the mother tongue. Kung asa ka nagpuyo, mo na ang imuhang gamiton nga medium of instruction, or gamiton nimo sa pagtulo sa mga bata. Kay ang mga bata, hinay pa na sila og understanding sa other language. So, kung maabot na sila mag-grade 4 and up, or upper grade na, so diha na maghinay-hinay sad og transition ang ilang language nga mahibaw-an or makatunan. Next is RA 10157, or Kindergarten Act. The state shall hereby adopt the mother tongue-based multilingual education. The mother tongue shall be the primary medium of instruction for teaching and learning in the kindergarten level. So, mo ginano ang pareha lang sa ganina sa RA 10533, ang RA 10157 sad kay implement sad siya nga mother tongue shall be the primary medium of instruction of teaching and learning in the kindergarten. So kining duha ka RA ato pa ni siyang matakol for next part sa akong report. So this ends my discussion about the historical development of language policy in the Philippines. So now let's proceed to the second part of my report, which is the legal basis of MTB-MLE.